Okay, this pile of wood is going to become a guitar. This is from a bed frame. I will show you the picture of it originally. Some of these pieces of wood are also from a separate bed frame that broke. So this is all solid wood. I don't know what kind of wood it is, but it looks decent. And that's just so you can see my feet. Okay. So in case you're wondering, this is the Yamaha guitalele, the GL1. This is going to be the basic size I'm going to replicate. I'm going to make the neck wider though, and I'm also going to make a different body shape and a different method of construction. Top port. Anyway, this is a cool guitar, but I want something a little bit different. Interesting. A little spider. Okay. Okay, my camera died for a long time because it overheated. I made this little block in the meantime and planed both sides and sanded a little bit. I'm just going to clamp these together. That's going to be the main part of the neck. I also got to cut it at a certain angle. I got to figure that out. Okay, doing a bit of guesswork here. Let's see how it goes. Damn, it didn't go all the way through. Kind of messed that one up pretty bad there. Okay, I got it a little bit better. Just gonna have to shave that off a little bit. And then I decided I'm just gonna plane this and then kind of attach it like that. And then just cut it right, you know, roughly where the headstock should be. Okay, I did a basic ass measurement. Let's see if this is right or not. Absolutely horrible, but let's see if we can make it work. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue it a little bit above, kind of like wherever it meets, and then I'm just gonna carve it down to where this is flush. First, we got to prepare the surface. Where the hell's the planer? Okay, let's pop this on. Not really sure how I'm gonna glue this. Okay, this is gonna be like the worst guitar in the world, but I'll use another piece of wood to try to get even pressure on this. I'm pretty much just eyeballing everything, so if it looks like I'm just eyeballing everything, I am. That's our neck and headstock. I'm just gonna glue on the block now. Okay, oop, almost dropped it. That's that. Kind of doesn't look straight on there, but it's too late now. Whatever it is what it is, I guess. Let's start on the body. I mean, they're not going to be book matched or anything. Try this again. Cool. See you in a bit. In 24 hours, to be exact. Got some curious chickens back here. That's the joint. There's the back. Here's my monstrosity. I realize I probably didn't have to put this block on, but we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm going to be removing most of the middle of this board anyway, so it doesn't really matter if it gets messed up at all. Okay, the middle's a little bit high. Okay, that's pretty spot on. Okie dokie. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to level this off to where it's even right here, and get rid of these sides, and also maybe clean up some of this glue, and maybe curve these sides in a bit. But first of all, let's just get rid of these. My vise is broken. There's a missing piece, so it doesn't automatically go backwards. Got our Japanese handsaw. Ah! I was just joking. I guess while I'm at it, I'm going to make some wooden jaws for this thing, since I'm going to be using this thing to clamp a lot. Might as well use the piece I've been using. I'm going to cut it. You know, they work. Okay, now I'm going to make some bracing out of these things. chicken's doing. Okay, my dad just brought something to my attention. The planer is probably not going to do well with these knots. So I think I'm going to have to drill these knots out so the planer doesn't have to fight with that. Gotta drill it. Bam, 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 bam. Luckily, I found this board last night, and this has no knots in it at all, and it already has some pretty nice sound to it. So this will be easy to plane. It's cracked in half right here, but that won't be a problem because I'm going to be cutting out the middle portion. This is going to be the top and the bottom. These are nice and seamless. And these are going to be the middle pieces because there's a seam that I couldn't quite get in the middle. So, won't be able to tell once it's clamped down and glued together and chambered out. So, these are going to be like the sides basically. And I'm going to make the sides about that thick. So, I'm going to make the sides like super thick. And then that'll be enough room to drill like a sound port too. And these will be a bit thinner than 2 millimeters, something like that, like maybe like 1.9 millimeters or something like that. Okay, just got this thing. Let's try her out for the first time. Look at this. That's a lot of wood. So I was able to get it down this thin with the planer. That did a really good job. It's a $200 planer. So I'm going to glue these together right now. And she's all clamped up. Oh yeah. Well, great weather for guitar building, but we're going to keep on going. Okay, let's see how she glued up. Cool. Let's get ourselves an outline and jigsaw this to the close to the final shape. Okay, I think that's going to be good. Let's cut her up. Oh, no wonder I was seeing sparks. The thing came off the track. I don't know if you can see that. Holy fuck, that's hot. It's a shame that this wood's going to get covered up. I really like how this looks, but it was just too big of a hole, you know. It's still good wood, though. I'm thinking I'm going to keep about a 1/2 inch around the whole thing. Let's eyeball it and hope for the best. Guess we got to figure out our cutaway too. Actually, we have to figure out a cutaway before we cut this. To find our center line. Let's call it 7 inches. So at 3.5. That's our middle point there. Use this gigantic T-square in the middle here. Okay, that looks about right. What's half of 2.5? That would be 1 1/4. So this has to be the cutaway right here. Yeah, you know what? I like that. I think let's go with that. I'm gonna leave a bit extra here. Let's leave a lot of extra just in case. Okay, that's as good as we're gonna probably get that for now. Oh shit! Well, I guess the corner's durable enough. Damn, it's making way different cuts on the backside here. Okay, that's not good. Oh man, we just took a big old chip out right there. Let's go ahead and make it better somehow. Okay. This is going to be good enough. It looks horrible. I'm going to plane this. Okay. So I marked the rough zone that I want the under bridge saddle thingy to rest. And I'm going to do some bracing like this. I'm going to keep these kind of tall. We're going to notch these out. Okay, let's see what we got. And definitely a lot of overspill. I got it pretty straight on there. We're going to chisel this glue off. Now I can notch out the bracing I'm planning and get it into its final position, and then glue these down and then start shaping them. Looking pretty all right. You know, honestly, I don't think this is going to need any bracing. This is pretty stiff on the back here. I'm not going to brace this. What is it?
Reach in here. Your fingertips.
It's pretty cool. Right when I'm filming?
Oh.
Just leave that on there. Yeah, that one is a better quality one.
Oh, yeah. So I got some carrots, and he's like, I've never had just a carrot before. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you know, I never done this. So he was like having a really hard time eating it. Like his body was rejecting it. Every time he took a bite, he's like, oh. And so that was a long time ago, and I never really thought about it again, except for today. One of his customers brought him some fresh homegrown carrots. And he's like, look, my customer brought me some carrots. I'm like, yeah, but you don't like carrots. You don't like just carrots. He's like, but I'm going to try them. I'm like, okay, well, make sure I get to watch you vomit or something. Anyways, he comes out of the break room, and I turn around because I hear him crunching. I'm like, oh, you're eating a carrot? Ah! And I look, and he's putting fucking Chinese hot mustard on this carrot, just like a raw carrot, with Chinese hot mustard and eating it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, it's like a vegetarian hot dog. I'm like, no, it's not. And then later he comes out of the break room again, and he's dipping the carrot in barbecue sauce. I'm like,
you can't just eat the carrot.
You can't just eat the carrot. He's like, I gotta have something on it. And I'm like, well, how about ketchup? He's like, I'm working my way up to it. Gross.
That's not. I mean, I've had ketchup on carrots before. It's not good.
What?
Lesson here is clean the glue off before it dries. So it looks like that's going to be your angle right there, actually. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm just doing stuff. Okay, this is the bracing pattern I decided on. I figure this will give the most room for resonance and you know, also fit within this shell. So I'm gonna glue these down and then I'm gonna shape them. Wherever you can lighten up the guitar, the more resonance potential it has, from what I understand. Okay, this wood doesn't seem to like going this direction. So let's just go ahead and get our maximum depth now and then try to work our way to that. Yeah, that's got a little bit of a finish to it. Oop, that was a bit too much there. Lesson number 43, don't use toilet paper to try to remove glue. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty difficult to maneuver around this. Okay. Okay, as you might be able to see, I've got a bit of a issue with the fretboard, or the neck. It's a little bit higher on this side, so I got to plane this, and then I'm going to also plane the bottom here. Okay, this is yet another part of a bed frame, and I like the grain of the wood on this one, so I'm going to make the fretboard out of this. Feels pretty dense, I don't know. We'll see. That's gonna be about good enough. Little short boy. Let's round off these edges now. The braces shifted when I put the weights on there, and I didn't see it because the glue kind of spilled over the lines. I was kind of just eyeballing it, kind of like I've been doing this entire time. Anyway, shouldn't be too big of a deal because, I mean, how much could it matter really? This guitar is going to sound horrible probably. Yeah, I don't know if it's just like my skills, the wood, or my tools, but that is not easy. Maybe it's just my poor technique. We'll see if the other one's like that. You know what? I think this is there's kind of a knot right there. That's probably what's going on. If any guitar builders are watching this, feel free to make as much fun of me as you want. I've never been a woodworker, although, you know, I've built, you know, basic furniture, tables. Yeah, that's definitely a knot right there. I bet you this one won't have a problem here. Let me try. Yeah, I mean it's immediately more workable. Yeah, it's definitely a knot. What?
You what?
Let's go into the video. I just can't seem to get a good, you know, a single curl on this side. This one I was able to get some smooth ones. You can see how much smoother it looks on that side. This. Oh yeah. See, that's how it should go right there. Oh yeah. See, that tells me I'm not doing something wrong. It's just the wood is not working with me, because now I'm getting nice curls. I mean, I'm already almost done with this one. This one, look at that. I'm getting like, oh, now it's getting a little bit weirder. But it's still going way smoother than the last one. On this one, I'm a master luthier. I've been doing this for 20 years. This one, I'm going to try to take it all the way down to the soundboard. See if I can do it, boys and girls. Not quite there, but it's close. We've done it. Okay, that one went way smoother. This one's a little bit weird right here. There you go. Oh man, we got another knot right there I didn't see. Ah, okay. Mistakes were made. You know, a lot of people haven't mentioned about this is, at least working with this wood here, this takes quite a bit of wrist strength. Yeah, oh, it's because there's it's that knot again. I don't know how I chose a piece of wood with, or two different pieces of wood with knots on the very end, but triangulate this. Let's see how this goes. Okay, that's going pretty easy. Ooh. Okay, that wasn't good, but it's wood. We can work with it. I guess we're gonna make a more aggressive triangle than I originally intended. Okay, that might be good. And she's gonna expect you to know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna be mad. Why are you here right now? What do you mean? Yeah.
I work here.
I am working. And when we got in that fight and I walked in all super late, and he's like, "Don't you know what time you work?" I'm like, "No." He was so mad. Super cool, awesome.
Super cool, awesome. That's cool, awesome.
Okay, well, if you don't see me in like 5 hours, come check if I died in the basement. Okay?
From the weird smell.
Well, it doesn't smell like anything. It just fucking burns. Like there's like, something caustic. But I think if I feel like weird, I'll just come up or try to make it to the stairs.
And just pound on the stairs like Sierra.
Yeah. Like
Up against the wall.
Like a fucking like Magic Mike.
Who's that?
That male stripper movie.
Oh, with
Jodie Tatum or whatever.
Channing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one movie ruined his career. With, I haven't seen him in much stuff after it. Like that one movie, like where he was like a sex slave.
He was a sex slave?
Yeah, in the End of the World movie.
Oh, that was a good role for him.
I think now he's got typecasted. He's been a sex slave in every movie after that.
No. I
That's
mean,
just-
he did typecast himself after the stripper thing because he was like a sex object, which is what that movie
I think
was parodying.
anyone with Renee Zellweger eyes is a successful.
He doesn't have Renee Zellweger eyes. Double Force Whitaker eyes.
Okay, so now we're gonna. Ah, it doesn't fit. I'm just joking. Now we're gonna glue this top on here. Top on. Top on. Top off. The topper. Oh, top on. That's good. That's better. So cool thing about this being soon to be as thick as it is, thick. I'm going to be able to plane it again, so we're going to be able to get the top a lot thinner than it is now. This is, what is it, probably like 4 or 5 millimeters, something like that. So I'm shooting for like 1.9 to 2 millimeters. I don't know if that's going to be too thin, but I feel like there's enough surface area where that's going to be a pretty reasonable thickness or thinness, whatever you want to. If you want to see the glass half empty, be my guest. But if you're going to be my guest, bring some Chardonnay. No, I don't actually drink. I don't even know if Chardonnay is made from grapes or apples. Make sure and take time to prepare like I didn't. This is where it really starts feeling like it's coming together, though. Like I've done this before. I haven't done this before. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like it's almost a guitar. I can't wait to tap on it. There's a lot of work for a guitar that's going to sound horrible. Hashtag worth it. Ooh, that was not a good sound. Well, luckily we're gluing right now. Jesus. That's something I didn't take into account. I guess lesson there is don't over clamp. While it's still kind of going, let's squeeze some glue in here. Okay, well, now we're gonna go check the neck. Okie dokie, let's check the neck. All right, mouthful of crackers. Let's see what we got. I wrapped this with uncooked spaghetti noodles, ramen noodles. These little pin things you see here are actually staples from the wood that I reclaimed all this wood from. Does that make sense? This wood that I reclaimed all this wood? The bed frame that I reclaimed all this wood from. My dad had a suggestion that I name it the guitalele, and I was like, I've got one better, the guitalele, because it is going to be a guitalele sized instrument. Oh boy, got a lot of planing and got a lot of planing. You've got some planing to do, Lucy. So obviously we got to plane this to the neck. We have to get our final dimensions because after we shape this neck, it's going to be glued on in. We got no more steps after that besides, you know, channeling this out and, you know, drilling some holes and whatnot. I have some damn calipers somewhere, but I haven't been able to locate them for this project, unfortunately, so we're going to use some traditional flat tape here. We'll make quick work of this. Now that I'm a master luthier, I can sharpen a pencil with a chisel in the blink of an eye. Okay, and we want 2.5 over here. We need to find a middle point. So we got to plane it all the way down to that line. Fun, fun, fun. I sharpened my chisels, so they've been working with me a little bit better since last time I tried to remove glue with them. So unfortunately we can only plane to about here, but I can come plane all the way to the bank. That's easier. This saw sounds like that one green guy laughing on that regular show. It was a regular show. Yeah, my mom. That guy. Ooh, almost bent the blade there. Kind of going against the grain there, but. Pretty damn rough there, but okay. That's not a good cut. Horrible. Okay, now we got to find the center line here. I'm learning a lot of things just by doing it, like little techniques that just work. Honestly, it's the best way to learn. You just do stuff, and if it makes sense to do it again, you do it again. If it doesn't, then you never do it again. Or maybe you try it in a different circumstance. Would be a better way to put it. But this has been enjoyable so far, and the deeper I get into it, the more satisfying every step becomes, because I'm like, oh man, it's almost a damn guitar, you know? This is something that I'd say 99% of guitarists will never do. And it's kind of cool to see this side of music, you know, instrument making. Like I've made instruments in the past, but like nothing like this. This is just a... And when I say I've made instruments, I just mean like little dumb drums, or I made something I called a guitalele when I was a little kid, which is just Had 2 fishing strings, and then I like glued or whatever 2 pieces of wood together for the body and the neck, and then I used not safety pins. I used push pins for the tuners. I've always loved making things, and I've always loved small things. So this is this guitalele is like right up my alley in terms of something I actually like. I'm really glad that most of this scarf joint that I made is going to disappear, because I really hated how I made it up. You ever get to the point where you just don't know why you're bleeding? Happens to me all the time. Okay. Okay, and this is my basic shape I've created here. Feels pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and sand it now. Okay, this is the not the final result, but getting close to it. The body still needs to be shaved down quite a bit to you know, make all the ends meet. We're going to cut the top here for the cutaway and the neck joint. Then we're going to shave off like extra bits like that. Blade. That had to have been my worst cut yet. Ah. We're seeing a big old chunk of wood that has a bit of a split in it now that we're getting down towards the middle. Great! Okay, the rest I can sand. I got the body all prepped and sanded. It's all even. And now we are going to join these 2 things. I got it all kind of half-ass measured out. Okay, well, I'm going to stop right here because I definitely didn't measure something right, because and our fretboard is nowhere near. This is like where I want it here. So, I'm going to have to do some recalculating. This entire block, I just need to cut this this whole thing off, because I see what I did. This block is what I'm supposed to be fitting into here. I mean, you can see that that's where it's supposed to go. Now, on the bright side, this is going to be a really, really easy cut. So that's cool. Just got to make sure we are flat with the fretboard behind it. Okay. And another simple cut, just straight down. Bye-bye. Well, I gotta be honest and say it's pretty nice to get a second chance at this because I wasn't really happy with that previous joint. So a luthier gets real quiet when he's doing precise cuts. That's how you can tell I'm the real deal. Because I'm not talking. I'm completely silent. This entire time. Haven't said a word. Wow, I'm really high over here. Flush cut my ass. More like this cut needs to be flushed because it came out of my ass. Okay. Ooh, yeah, I'm pretty far off there. I'm going to keep on working this line down, I think. No! Oh, no. Okay. Oh, my gosh. Okay, unfortunately we got kind of a gap there. We still need to round this off. But it's as good as it's gonna get here. I'm just gonna load this joint up with glue though. Oh my God, that was a mistake. Okay. Don't breathe. This is how I have it clamped up. Yeah, it's on there. Hopefully, I won't need to adjust the neck angle or anything because it's a bit too late for that. Now we need to cut the nut slot. Nut cutting time. Okay, that's pretty rough. So to get the proper scale length that I need, the bridge is going to have to be further back than I'd like, but it'll still be comfortable to use. It's a small guitar. I'll be able to hang my wrist over that edge probably, and we'll figure it out. And I guess it's time to glue, isn't it? Okay, this could be pretty tough to keep it in the right spot. Absolutely uncontrollable here. Okay, we're actually pretty close to being dead on, I think. I hope we're dead on. Oh no! That was the worst possible sound gosh. Oh no, I think we just ruined the whole thing. We're just not going to touch it. Oh my gosh. So the only way we can see what actually happened, I'm pretty sure one of the bracings popped off. I mean, you're not technically supposed to put this much pressure. Fuck, I knew it. Like, it was right at the pressure. I was like, okay, this is enough pressure. And then I was like, one more. I mean, this first guitar is a learning experience, and I just learned a valuable lesson. Okay, well, I unclamped it early. I want to drill this hole right here. This is going to be the sound hole. The reason I want to drill this right now is so I can maybe see inside the body to see if one of the braces cracked. Of course it moved over, but okay. And it's not in the middle anymore, of course. Should have drilled a pilot hole. Okay. It's almost in the middle. Here we go. Ooh. Hey. That is not bad. Okay. Okay, here's the rough draft. I gotta smooth it up now. Okay, so I messed up on some spots. I'm not gonna overwork these because I'm afraid of damaging it. It's good enough. This is just my first concept guitar, so I don't want to make certain spots too thin. I think it's going to be functional as it is. Let's drill out the holes for the tuners and mount them. Wow, this first hole went absolutely horrible. The bit grabbed and really pulled it off center. We might be able to fix it with the end mill. I'm a little bit scared because this one could be disastrous, but let me start off with the middle one. That one went all right. It'd be awesome if it just fit the first time, but it won't. Okay, this one is the one I got to repair. That might have brought it in line, I don't know. End mills are not really intended for side drilling, but it's possible, as you can see. Okay, I think that's it. There's the headstock. Looks pretty good when everything's put together. Okie dokie. This is tongue oil. Wait 24 hours for a second coat. Looks like we're doing a one coat wonder here. And there she is. I was thinking about staining the body black, but then I was like, kind of takes away from the scrap wood look of the guitar. Like, hey, I built this with wood that was gonna be thrown away. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm gonna regret this or not, but I'm about to slot these frets out and see what happens. I just kind of eyeballed it like I did the rest of the guitar. We'll see how it sounds. Well, it turns out all of these are too short, and that's all I can fit on the guitar. Well, this is as much as we got. Well, we're going to pretend this is done because it's as done as it can be. I can't level the frets until I get the other frets, so there's kind of no point in really dressing anything or leveling anything out. But, yeah, it turned out pretty good. So obviously I still need to do a setup on it. I need to lower the bridge, lower the nut, you know, dress the frets, level the frets. But I mean, I don't want to wait till Wednesday. Today is Saturday to release this video. When it's pretty much done, you can kind of hear exactly what it's going to sound like. But if you enjoyed this video, please like it, please subscribe, please comment. I am completely new to this. I didn't follow any tutorial. I didn't follow any instruction manual. I just eyeballed things. You can hear the bass better from up here, but I dig it, you know. And then once I get the frets all the way on here, I'm able to get all the way up to the, you know, to the last frets. Have a good day. Thank y'all for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video.
You tell me just what do you mean?